Welcome back to SEMBANG with Parts, a podcast where we sembang and you listen. So I'm Jane, your host, and apparently my co-host is missing today, but I won't be alone. So last episode we shared about April Fools, Student Appreciation Month, and the new Instagram features. We also talked about inviting a special guest to our new episode today. So we are very honored to have not only one special guest but two today. So let us welcome Mr. Winston and Mr. Kenneth.
Hi.
Now you have to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kenneth. I'm a lecturer in IACT. I've been teaching for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. I've been teaching for 2 years, and the stuff I've been teaching is always a lot of theory classes, media law, event management, PR. I'm also teaching degree right now. Yeah, that is me in a nutshell. Over to you, Winston.
Okay, hi. My name is Winston. I am a lecturer at IACT College. I teach mainly marketing and advertising subjects. Once in a while, I teach the BMCC or the DMC students. Not very often these days, but once in a while I do. And I've been teaching for close to 13 years now.
Wait, 13 years?
13 years way.
Ooh.
With some
That
gaps
is
in between. Yeah.
Okay, quick question. So how about a random fact of both of you? From both of you. A random fact of yourself.
Winston, would you like to go first?
Random fact about me. Okay. I play the guitar, I suppose. I play the guitar, I play the bass, I play the drums. I play the keyboard very badly. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I play the recorder as well because back in school you have to learn how to play a recorder. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. I can play the castanet and triangle as well. Gap, 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 gap. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, yeah. Part of school. Oh yeah, and the bells. Yeah. So I'm talented, y'all.
Hiya, so talented.
Really talented, right?
Like you, Mr. Ken?
Random fact. Well, I don't think it's a fact, but I like coffee. Yeah, I drink coffee on a daily basis. Another random fact I can think of is I don't think a lot of people know. I used to bowl. Like I go bowling on a weekly basis. I actually represent Selangor last time for bowling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Random fact, right? No one knows about this.
Oh, that is very random. Okay,
That is
I like
so
that.
random.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Do you still bowl?
I do occasionally, but not that often anymore because MCO, how do you bowl? Like, I can only roll in my house and,
Roll as a human
You got your own
bowling.
bowling ball.
Yeah. I do have my own bowling ball and like
And
shoes.
the glove and all that.
Yeah, I do have it. Yeah,
Yo.
random fact, no one knows, right?
Clap for
Yay.
you.
That was last time, okay, not anymore.
Okay, that was very random, but here's one more random one. Okay, so I heard from someone, before you guys taught at, ICT together, you guys actually know each other already, huh? Is it true?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
This is where I will call you, Winston, this is where I will call you sir. Hi, sir.
Hello. Hey, you're serving as student helper again for this event. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, you dancing.
Oh,
Yeah, I totally
boy.
forgot about that. Holy crap. Yeah. Not only you taught me, but yeah, I've seen you around for a lot of events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Mr. Ken was actually a student of Mr. Winston from
Yeah.
Taylor's University. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, how did you feel from student to lecturer to working in the same college now?
how do how do I feel? I don't know where to start. It was really sudden, honestly. Like I never thought I would be in this route. You know, like I think it was when I was finishing masters, and then Winston approached me, and then just with a random question, "Hey, you wanna teach ah?" Then I'll be like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, and then yeah, from there it just went on. You know, I went for the interview and mock lectures and things like that. And the next thing I know, it's already been 2 years in the industry. So yeah, it has been a wild journey, but I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, it has been wild.
How about you, Mr. Winston? How did you feel from, Ken going from a student to now your fellow colleague in IACT College?
Well, obviously, Ken is one of the brightest students in the PR and event management major. One of the brighter ones, okay? That could be one of 10 or something like that, right? And you being number 10, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Ouch!
Yep. So, no lah, I think quite high up lah for PR event management. Ken Ken is noted for being one of those that can really take initiative for a PR event management student, because not to say anything negative about PR event management student at Taylor's, all right. A lot of them, I guess, sometimes it's the waiting for instruction kind of personality and all that. So sometimes they don't take the initiative and all, expecting some to be told before they take action. But Ken has always been around. Ken has been a student helper for events and things like that. All right, he really puts himself out there. All right. So when I found out he was doing his masters and all right, with who? What's the name already?
Kate.
Kate. Yeah, Kate. Sorry, Kate. Yeah. Jingwen. Yeah. Yeah, when he was doing the masters with Kate at the time, so I was actually eyeing these two already for grooming them for the future. Right? So yeah, if you what one good lecturers, you have to go right down to those who are studying the masters and ask them, hey, have you ever thought about a career in academics? Have you ever thought about a career teaching and all? Yeah, and of course so with Kenneth and Kate said no, Kenneth said yes. So I asked them both. Yep. So I got him an interview. I recruited him. I got him an interview because at that time we were coming up with the diploma in event major subject program. Yeah. So we were recruiting for a more events based kind of person, and he came. He did a mock lecture. He basically performed in the lecture, like really performed, all right, in the lecture, all right, entertained us all, Miss Intan, Miss Nicola, Mr. Lawrence, myself, and okay, cool, all right, when can you start? So
oh wow,
that's how it happened.
Yeah. It was an immediate, like, there's no like, oh, thank you, we will review, and I just straight away got like, okay, when can you start? I'm like, huh? Wait, what?
That's a good surprise for you.
It was a sudden like drop of bomb, like, when can you start, huh? Never
I told Miss Nicola, come and see show. He's the drama himself. Come. So we all sat in the mock lecture and we all, okay, cool. Had a good time seeing him not lecture but performed. So there you go.
Hey, lecturing is a skill, okay? You gotta perform,
Yep. The highest order performing art ever, because even if you have a bad day, you come to your class and then, hi everyone, how are you guys doing, and all that. Things like, yeah.
Okay, so have you ever imagined yourself wanting to be a lecturer when you were younger?
You mean for me?
Two of you.
Okay.
Like when you were young.
Okay, let me start first. No. Yeah, straight up, no. Like, I never thought lecturing would be a career for me, honestly, because my intention of finishing my masters is to complete, to go on towards the PR and event management route. Like to do more events, because events is my passion. I really like doing, especially special events like festivals and things like that. So I want to go to that route. I never expect to be in the academics field. Yeah, but I think looking at the situation right now, I think I'm actually really blessed to be in where I am now. So yeah, I never thought I would be in the field, but thanks to Winston, he actually engaged and asked me to give it a try, and eventually I did, and I'm enjoying it so far.
That's good.
Thank you, Winston. Ha!
I made you. I guess if you're at an event now, what will happen? I think you just think about that.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I think. Everything is planned. Really set. My career, my path is already set. If I take events right now with COVID-19 and things like that, I don't think I would have any more jobs. Yeah. Look at it that way. I'm looking at it that way, and I think that is a blessing in disguise, I would say.
Yeah, and he's still managing events, alright? Not.
Yeah, I am.
He's not executing it. You guys are executing it.
You guys are executing it, so I'm just sitting behind, you do this, you do that. Yeah.
Take that, suckers.
How about you, Mr. Winston? Have you ever, dreamed of being a lecturer?
Starting off for the first, the thought did occur to me because I had a very good lecturer back when I was in college. So early on, yes, and then after that disappeared for a while because when I graduated into a recession. All right, so of course, survival mode lah. The first thing you do is you want to get a job and bring the money in and all that sort of things. All right, so that disappeared for a while. So when the economy improved and things got better, all right, I wasted no time lah because I realized that what I was doing wasn't really my passion. All right, back then what I was working as wasn't really my passion, but it was a good skill that I developed. Okay, I was in sales for about 3 or 4 years before I actually did my masters, and then when I did my masters, I thought it was the right time for me now to gain experience and to go into academics lah. Yeah. So then, by which time, I guess I was more grounded and was more ready to pursue my goal of becoming a lecturer.
Oh, that is very interesting answer. Are you the kind of people? Are you the kind of people who will prepare a Teacher's Day present? This is mostly towards Mr. Kenneth because you were Mr. Winston's student, but you guys also can answer.
Back when I was in uni, I never thought of preparing anything, but I think my way of appreciating them is just really sending them a message, thanking them, of what they have done and things like that. And I back then I really know being a lecturer is not easy, from the amount of load and tasks and students, how they handle students and things like that. I'm just really appreciative that they really can, the lecturers can really take the time to actually sit and talk to you and addressing all the problems and things like that. And I only got Winston, fun fact, I only got Winston for my last semester of class. Like my last semester is in degree. So throughout my whole 2 years, right, in 3 years, is it 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. I don't remember already. Oh,
plus one year in foundation, remember?
Yes, I took foundation and then I went on degree. I got Winston in my last semester of degree. Yeah, so I think Winston only taught me for that one semester. Other than that, I have other lecturers who's teaching me. So yeah, I never expect this kind of thing. I'm not the person who gives out presents. I'm just the person who just really thank them and wish them all the best, don't die, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Very motivational message.
Don't die.
Okay. Before we continue, right, we have a few questions from students and then stickers. So here's a fun one. Here's a very, very fun one. Okay. Someone asked, this person wants to be anonymous. Have you farted during while teaching online classes?
Well, maybe when not while teaching lah, but maybe when we're giving you 10 minutes break or 15 minutes break, then we will need to clear our system and all that and reboot.
Correct.
It's only human nature, right?
Yeah.
When you talk so much, we're gonna suck in a lot of air, and we're gonna accumulate air, and at some point we have to release it. Yeah. So random question. Oh my god.
That's very random, but yeah, it's true. the 10-minute break, I'll be like, guys, take a 10-minute break. I'll just go and pee, poo, fart, whatever, yeah, just do whatever my business and then come back. Hi, guys, Yeah, especially when you drink coffee, coffee and it's and you gotta pee a lot. So if I give you a lot of breaks during that class, I'm going to pee,
Yeah, but that doesn't give you an opportunity to, we give you a 10-minute break, then after that, you send us private chat and all that. Sir, are you peeing? Or sir, are you in the toilet? Or are you? No, none of those, okay, please.
Please don't send that to us. To any lecturers, in fact. All lecturers.
Okay. Okay. Someone asked about your sleeping schedule during class. During MCO period, your sleeping schedule.
What sleep? My question is, what sleep? Winston, you want to take away with this question?
Okay. I guess we sometimes have irregular sleep patterns because we will have to accommodate our work schedule, meaning like sometimes we are chasing for documents, or we are working on exam papers, or we are marking. All these things, sometimes it's a lot of demand on our time, and sometimes we can't just put our work aside and just go and sleep just because it's sleeping time and all that. So sometimes our sleeping time is interrupted because of preparing all these documents and all. But I don't know what time Ken sleeps and what time Ken wakes up lah. But for me, I try to be a little bit more regimented. Try to sleep at about 12 midnight to 1 a.m. and wake up about in time to run the morning class lah.
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Sometimes I can't sleep at all. Like what Winston said, as much as students got assignments and deadline, right? We also got assignments and deadline. It's the same thing, right? In the industry, I think everything revolves around deadline and things like that. So I think it's pretty normal that some of the days you can sleep, some of the days you just really have no time to sleep. So it's just the matter of pacing yourself and making sure that you survive throughout the day and things like that. Yeah, I think that's what matters. Hence why you can see us having coffee on a daily basis, because we need this. There's a lot of deadlines, but yeah, pretty much.
We also have deadlines.
You guys got deadlines, we got deadlines. All of us are just trying to survive,
And if you submit late, you are killing us also as well.
Exactly. So when you're submitting late and stuff like that, and giving us asking us for deadlines extension, we're stretching as much as we can, and we need time to mark. So it's the rushing of a lot of stuff, and lack of sleep.
Okay, so this question is for Mr. Ken. He's new to IACT College. This is only for you. How was your first year teaching in IACT College?
My first year teaching in IACT College? It's an interesting year, I would say. Really interesting year, because it's the year where I am trying to find out what is my strength in teaching. Because again, I'm new, right? So a lot of discovery of in terms of my own self, like my own personal growth, my patience level, my level of multitasking, and also prioritizing what needs to be done and not, and also handling a lot of stuff in between. So you're not only having one class, but you have multiple classes and things. So the constant finding ways to juggle and also making things smoothly, that is the year for me lah. And until now, I'm still discovering what is my biggest strength in teaching and things like that. So it's a never-ending learning process, I would say. Until now, it's only 2 years. I believe Winston also is the same, right? I've been in the industry for many years, and every semester has your own challenges, and you keep finding ways to change it. So I'm still having that kind of mindset. Every semester is a new semester, and whether being students that I've met before or not met before, I still had to find ways to handle certain classes and also deal with certain people with different characters. So the constant need of changing your brain, switching up and down.
Very good. Okay, so how is it like teaching? Okay, so you guys have taught physical classes before, right? You guys have already taught physical classes, and now it's MCO period. So how is it like teaching online?
You're talking about online teaching you're talking about like 9 o'clock class start, and then we can just fall out of bed and come in to teach. I think in terms of quality, not really quality of life, in terms of time management and all that, because you don't get stuck in a jam, right? I think it provides a lot more flexibility in terms of time. All right, you're able to plan your time a lot better. Maybe like maybe Ken and myself, we try to get as much sleep as possible. If we sleep late, then at least we can wake up a little bit later, just in time for class. So I think that helps. But what is no fun is, of course, teaching to a dead space in on the internet and all, especially when students are not turning on their cams, right? It makes us very hard to read. I know students want their privacy, and they want us to not know what they're up to and all that. Okay, whether they disappear or whether they fart or whatever and all that sort of things. At least we don't know and all that. Okay, but it makes it very difficult to interact. All right, and I always believe that it's better when the cameras are on, so at least the students will also in return get more, because you are inspiring your lecturers to connect with you all a little bit better, and to ensure that you get the most out of that whole the human interaction experience, because a lot is lost if, let's just say, I just show you a slide and all that sort of things, right? You might as well just go and watch a YouTube instructional video and all that. But the very fact that you turn on your camera, interact with your lecturers and all that, I think you get more out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And the energy, I would say the main difference between physical class and online class is the energy itself. Because when you are in a class of like maybe a bunch of students, right, you have the energy because you can get instant response and things like that. Not only that, I can see reaction from the students and I can see what they're doing, versus online class. The energy that I think all lecturers need, the energy needs to be much more prominent, because if you don't have the energy, right, your whole class will be dead silent, So I think online teaching requires more energy in terms of like using, you have to perform like what Winston has said, you really have to perform to get the students to learn something at least, especially in the especially morning classes, where I'm pretty sure most of you guys will be rolling on the bed while listening to the lecture, and things like that, right, Jane? Exactly. So it takes more than just teaching and also using your voice to actually teach. You need a lot more stuff. You need constant interaction. You need constant checking to make sure everyone is okay. So there's a lot of things required when you go online teaching. Yeah, that's for me, like, at least.
Yeah, I'm doing lectures. I'm on bed only. I'm in bed in my blanket somehow. But I still pass your classes, so okay.
Yes.
Do you have any pre-lecture rituals, or like how do you prepare your lectures on a daily basis?
Brush my teeth, go for a quick rinse, and of course, at least have my slides, my activities ready, to open my attendance sheet so I can take attendance, and of course must have 1 cup of coffee ready. Yeah. But if it's a new batch of students, let's just say I have not taught that batch of students before, and it's week 1, and I'm going in to engage the students for the first time, all right, and I don't know that student before. So, like for example, Sem 1 or a new batch of students that never taught before, like let's just say all this while I'm teaching BAD, and suddenly I am assigned to teach a BMCC subject, and then I have no prior knowledge of those students. Then of course my pre-lecture ritual will differ a little bit, because when you go in, you want to get to know the students a little bit better. You want to be able to engage each and everyone's strengths and weaknesses, so that you are able to help the students to get most of from themselves, and also for myself as a lecturer. So when you go in, you always, of course, let's just be frank, okay, you always want to set the right kind of relationships from the very start and all that lah. So I think that's important when you're engaging with new batch of students. But if let's just say existing batch of students and all that, of course, every day, when I run a lecture, of course, brush teeth, shower, wear something decent, all right, Never mind if I don't have breakfast, must have at least coffee. Yep.
Yeah, for me, coffee is a must. It's a compulsory thing. So my routine, this is like how everyone wake up. You know, you have your morning routine of brushing your teeth, go and take a dump or whatever, right? For me, it's morning, wake up, brush my teeth, go and make my coffee. So I have my own ritual where I grind my own coffee beans, and you know, I find it very therapeutic in terms of making your own cup of coffee. It takes some time, but you know, the satisfaction of like you are doing your own thing, the thing that you love before, you know, like setting the tone for yourself, the mood for yourself before teaching. I think that's really, really important because your energy will be reflected, you know, towards the students. So if you come in really cranky and things like that, it really sets a tone of like, you know, how the students will react. So for me, that's very important. So setting myself in the right mood, the right space, right mind before class. Yeah, and the same thing like Winston, you know, opening my tabs and everything, getting everything ready, attendance, and also, you know, my
Don't forget to clock in.
Yeah, and yeah, clock in, you know, like our normal routine, you know, clock in, and then yeah, that's my normal routine. I think setting the pace is very, very, very important. Yeah, because if you go in cranky, I'm pretty sure you will not want to react to, you know, or even reply, right? Exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. I need to come in with this energy to show that, hey, I'm ready for class. Let's do this. And then, you know, even though it's in the morning, 9 o'clock, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's a very, very fun question. So in difficult times while you teach, right? Because now it's online and then you get like a lot of things bothering you, right? So how do you cheer yourself up? If you would, you know, you're having
Netflix.
bad Netflix.
Sleep. Yeah, and play games. For me, I play games a lot. I listen to music, or even when I'm doing work where I'm not having classes, ask the music there, and then I'll just sing my heart out, even though my voice will, you know, cause the weather to rain and things like. Yeah, I'll just do whatever it takes to make me to make me feel better, like, you know. Yeah, because that really helped me, like, at least. Or maybe like just stop for a while, play like 5-minute games, you know. You have your random Angry Birds arcade game or whatever, fun run. Yeah, I still do that, you know, just to release that moment of stress, or maybe you know, the overwhelming kind of feeling. Yeah, that will really help me lah.
Music, Netflix, yeah.
Netflix, yes.
Netflix. Good. I like Netflix too. Okay, show. Okay, be very honest, do you like your students turning on their cam while studying or not? Like, do you prefer students turning on their cams during your lectures?
Definitely, I prefer them
Yes.
switching on their camera. Yeah, definitely, without hesitation. Yes, it will be nice because it will, you know, like for me, yeah, it's a surprise where suddenly it makes me feel really happy. Like, you know, oh, you guys are really opening your cameras and accompanying me while I'm teaching. You know, that really sets the mood even better for me. It makes me feel like, hey, you know, there is people who actually wants to pay attention in class, not just switching off their cameras and doing nothing. So I have that one batch, I think last semester, August. It was a PR campaign strategies. The whole class decided to just switch on the camera, be like, oh yes, let's just do this, you know. And yeah, we have the motivation to do it, and they can see each other, they can laugh, you know, and things like that. Even though it's muted, they can laugh, they can, you know, I can see their reaction, you know, their genuine reaction of how they're reacting. Yeah, it really makes my mood happier, you know, really.
I agree with Ken. Of course, well, Jane, I taught you advertising principles, like, you know, I think this time last year, right? I think so, right? Yeah. This time last year, I taught you advertising principles. And I think turning on the camera is good because, you know, eventually when you know, it was our MCO, right, at that time, all right, and you guys came back to campus for that short time, all right, there were some of you guys I could you know, connect with easily and recognize you and say hi and all that sort of things. And then for some, I had to hi, who are you? Which is it's a very unpleasant situation for a student and also for me as well. So, but that's because you didn't turn on the camera, and you know, you can't expect me to, you know, just recognize you based on your little profile picture. And of course, the profile picture sometimes a lot of it is, you know, random images of, you know, anime or things like that. So sometimes you really don't know how the student looks like. Yeah, until eventually they show up for campus lah. Then that's how you look like. You actually have a face. Wow. That kind of thing. Yeah. So it helps lah, both ways.
Fun though, because it was very fun because Mr. Winston and Mr. Ken actually recognized me at first sight. I don't know how, but very good.
Because
picture.
you put yourself out there. You actually switch on your video when I ask you to. You actually engage with us. So yeah, that's what sets other students apart, where they're just keeping quiet, at the back, not switching on their cameras. That kind of people will be really hard for me to recognize when you guys go back campus. Yeah, you see, even
40
right
of us
now,
students. Yeah.
yeah,
40 of us students, and you stood out because the camera was on. Yeah.
exactly.
And you being you, you did
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
Any students out there, please open your cam so your lecturers have the mood to teach you better. Okay. So lastly, do you have any advice for those who aspire to be an educator or a teacher in the future?
Well, I guess if you want to be an educator, and first things first is, of course, make sure that you get your papers and all that lah. That means you get your diploma, you get your degree, you get your masters. That will help. All right. Of course, if you want to teach in a university, then of course you may need to get a PhD as well. But that's a different story altogether. All right. But I think you must love people. I think that's the most important thing. You must love people. Even though they may sometimes be very difficult to handle and all that. I think the key thing is that you must love people, and you must be able to connect with people on that level, right? And not giving up on your students even when it feels like it's easier to give up. I think then number one, you will be able to inspire people that way, and of course number two, you need to know your stuff lah. You need to be able to teach in something that you are familiar with. Of course, that goes without saying, and of course be good at it, and have something distinct that you can bring to the table, not just for yourself but for your students as well. Yep.
Yeah, I think for me, passion is very important. Without the passion, right, you're just there to teach. You're just like how a lot of people just going to office 9 to 5, go back, and then the routine starts again. There's no constant challenge. So I think passion is very important. Passion is what drives you to be better. From how year 1 Ken versus year 2 Ken, it's totally different, because I've learned so much, and it drives me. It drives me to want to teach even more, to explore myself, to see various ways of teaching. So I think passion is my main key, especially for educators, or even those who want to pursue, in education. You need to have that passion and willingness to learn, because every lecture has a different way of teaching, different way of approaching students, and you just have to find what is best for you. And for you to find that, you need to continue to have the passion to teach. You cannot just give up midway, that kind of thing. That's at least from my side.
Okay, so here's your last funny question. Actually, one more. This one applies to both of you, because both of you also know this lecturer. So someone asked, what pops in your mind when you hear Miss Intan's laugh?
I love her laugh, man. I love her. What? She's just bubbly, She's just Intan. She's Intan. There's nothing much I can say. She's just Intan.
Equal part funny, equal part scary. Yeah. Yeah. She's got black comedy going on,
Very dark humor. I like it, Love it. Yeah, nothing much I can say. I bow down to Intan.
Shout out to Miss Intan, if you're listening this. Anyways, that is the wrap for our podcast. Thank you for tuning in this month, and make sure to give a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this episode, and share it everywhere. Share it to your mom, to your dad, to your grandparents, your friends, okay? And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at IACT Parts _official.
At Winston Lim.
At KenKoWH, KenKoHWH. Follow us.
Yeah, so make sure to tune in next time, where we'll be talking about Sembang. I'm your host today.
Oops.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oops.
Yep.
Quick question. So,
Okay. Yeah. I play.
Tea. Yeah, I drink coffee on a daily basis. Another random fact I can think of, like I go bowling on a weekly basis. I actually represent. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Holy shit. Oh.
Well, I think quite high up for PR event management. Yeah. I'm with the diploma in event com.
interesting answer. Are you on the in sticker? So
Please and yeah.
Please don't send that to us. To
Yeah.
any lecturers, in fact. So when you're submitting late and stuff like that, and giving us like asking us for deadlines, listening to the lecture, and things like that, right, Jane? Exactly. So it takes more than just
That kind of thing. Yeah. So it helps both ways.
fun though because
40 of us students, and you stood out because the camera was on. Yeah.
exactly.
And you. Wow. This is where I'm
last funny question. Only one more. No, okay, this one applies to both of you. Because both of you also
equal part funny, equal part scary. Yeah. Yeah.
you guys want to promote your Instagram.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon so you get constant notification. Ding! Like a YouTuber,
Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram @_official, IACT Parts _official. Where's your ad? Say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what am I gonna say again?
Your Instagram.
My Instagram handle.
Talking about. Okay, that's a wrap. We are not going to say the
Build up and then suddenly.
Yeah, we're not
I'm like, what are you talking about?